Everyone's me, Patch Dan Bogad. Today I thought that I'll just make a vlog about my sacrifice. What I mean by my sacrifice is, um, I remember a while back, Satan helped me to appreciate like there was a sacrifice that he wanted from me. He wasn't being specific about it, but um, I had to sacrifice. It could have been anything, but what I thought was right at that particular time is that I sacrificed the potentiality, a potential future with this particular girl I liked. So, in other words, no matter what, as much as she liked me and I liked her, mind you, we weren't dating or anything like that, but there was something obviously there, and I said to myself, I'd rather sacrifice the potentiality of being with this person because she meant a lot to me. At that particular time, she was all I was thinking about and things of that nature. And I know that some may look at what I'm saying and see me as an asshole. I definitely understand. Hell, Satan most likely, not that he saw me as an asshole, but he did tell me that it could have been anything, and I didn't have to sacrifice her. And that's right. Even Satan himself said to me personally that I didn't have to sacrifice the potentiality. Hell, this may sound bizarre, but Satan actually allowed me to look into the future as far as the vision is concerned. And friends, I kid you not, though it's very bizarre, but just bear with me. When I saw the potentiality of being with her, having children with her, it was like the most beautiful feeling in the world. It was so familiar. And I sacrificed that potential future, those children that didn't exist yet. And, you know, it did hurt, and I did feel as if like I went too far. But my thinking at that particular time was, if I'm going to put in everything, all my chips and cards on the table, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because what I'm asking for is, I know like I can't compare it to what I've done, but it's one of those things where it was just a choice that I made. And I've done that. And it hurt, you know. Recently, I did some shadow work, and I didn't understand why Satan or my shadow self was helping me to appreciate, to run from my past or to detach myself from my past. It's only recently that I found out why, because the person that I cared most about at that time, about a year ago, I saw her on Facebook and she was just, the fills. And it really brought up a lot of painful memories, and I realized why I had to detach myself from the past. It had to be most likely her, because the thoughts that entered my mind was really, it was a lot of gravity, and I started to regret what I've done. I saw the width, the depth, the height of what I've done, and I looked at where I'm at right now, and I kid you not, the question that permeated my mind recently was it worth it? You know what I mean? Was it worth it? Because you got to realize that as this vlog continues on, you realize in connection with my other spiritual lessons on this channel is that I publicly made a video by stating that I'm not yet in my actual windfall is not in my possession just yet. Because what I'm trying to say is like I have not experienced it just yet. I know it's been 5 years, and I sacrificed this person, and I'm saying to myself, was it worth it? You know what I mean? Saw her on Facebook and it hurt like a bitch. You know, the potentiality of being with this person. And it really did fuck me up inside, but was it worth it? Well, I can't say I, like I said, feel fucked up about it. But when I look at this, all I can tell you is I have to ascend and I have to get what I want. You know, this windfall, this money spell that I've been doing for 5 years, you know, it is a major change in my personal universe, in my reality. It changes everything. This apartment, everything. A higher status of life. And anyone doing black magic, you know, they make decisions just like what I've done. And that's why I want to tell others that when you make a sacrifice, when you do something, you have to really ask yourself the question, is it worth it? Because Satan even told me, do you really want to do that? You know? And so, in a way, you know, by Satan asking me that, it really drew my attention to the potentiality, the seriousness, the gravity of it. But I did it anyway. And it's just one of those things in the left hand path. You really have to think about what you're going to sacrifice. Is it really worth it? And I'm going to continue to repeat that because those feelings I had when seeing that baby face all over again, that cute little baby face, it was just, I've given up more than what I had to. That's what I feel like. That's what regret is. I've given up a part of me, you know, part of her, everything, you know. That's why I say to myself, is it worth it? Because I don't have yet my manifestation, experiencing it, but I know it's on the horizon. But I'm making this video because those who are listening, it's not an easy thing to do, and it's not something that you should take very lightly because once you make that sacrifice, you say you're gonna do something, do it. You know, these ancient gods, these demons, you know, they're very strong on keeping their word, and you should keep yours. Granted, at times, sometimes I think that's a bunch of bullshit because um, when I think of my experiences with Satan, you know, it's very frustrating how, you know, he could say one thing and then do the other. But in backing him, it's not so much that he does something completely different. It's more like it happens in a way of teaching you. It's like another video I produced in my spiritual lesson saying, Satan, is he the father of lies? You know, answer that is no, he's not. But still frustrating anyway because you have to go through these seemingly lies and, you know, you're human. Just like right now, I'm going through, making this vlog because of something I have to work on. And that's looking at the decisions that we make and you have to own up to it. So I can't take back a sacrifice because it wouldn't make any sense to take it back because it would defeat the purpose of calling it a sacrifice. Hence, as much as I wanted to talk to her, as much as I want to even like a photo, I just chose not to. I just chose not to because a sacrifice is a sacrifice. It caused me to question, you know, everything about myself in the left hand path. I felt like a monster, but it's a price that I have to pay. And it was a serious price. Sometimes I say to myself, I don't know how much I could take before I even break. In fact, I know I broke in November. Everything broke last year in November. Not just the sacrifice of, you know, this girl that I wanted to be with for the rest of my life, it was something, and I'm still at that point where it's like I know things are seemingly getting better, but that's all it is. It's just an illusion that is just seemingly getting better. And I say that because, when you're on the left hand path, when you're just living life, especially when you're living life with a very dark, demon, you have to realize that it's something that needs to be done. And it needs to be done because it's it's something that it makes you grow. You have to see it that way, because if you don't see it that way, then no wonder people end up getting too depressed. They end up trying to leave, the left hand path or whatever have you. But it taught me a very valuable lesson. You have to think before you sacrifice something. And I know at that time, most likely my thinking is, once I do this, I'm set. I'm going to get what I want. And you have to think, because your want, your desire just fucked me over. It can fuck you over. You really have to think about that. You really, really have to think about that, because you be filled with so much, pain. And, I'm not going to say sorry. I'm not going to even take it back. What has been done. Hence, I say it one more time, I did some shadow work, and that's specifically what I had to work on, because I had to detach myself from that past. And it caught up to me just yesterday, and, got those feels. But then I woke up knowing what the answer is. I had to cut it off. It's the only way you could progress in life. So, friends, I just wanted to, give that update, a part of my life, so that you understand what's going on. If you want, you could give a suggestion in the comments section. You could email me. You could give me a message on my Instagram, my Facebook if you like. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below and like this video. It helps me out a lot. And I hope all of you have a good day, a good life, and I'll see you in my next video.